This woman in today's gospel had some cheek. She's really feisty. She wasn't Jewish, she was pagan. But she knew a Jew when she saw one, and Jesus was very much the Jew. His face, his speech, his garb. Not only was he Jewish, but he was also a rabbi, and she knew that pagan women didn't speak to Jews, let alone to rabbis. So no wonder Jesus responds to her as he does in a world where Jews don't have dealings with pagans and men don't have dealings with women, or at least the kind of dealings we see between Jesus and this woman in today's gospel. In fact, Jesus plays along with popular perception, but only in order to turn it on its head. He starts by giving her the silent treatment, doesn't respond. Then he says to others, it isn't right to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs. But finally he replies to her, woman, you have great faith. Let it be done as you wish. And that's where the popular perception is turned on its head. She's an outsider, but what matters to Jesus in the end is not that she's an outsider, but that she's a human being in great need who happens to have great faith. And there's nothing vague about her faith. It's faith in Jesus and in his power to do something about her tormented daughter. Now it's that power entering through the door of faith which heals the daughter. The mother recognises in Jesus not just the authority of a Jewish rabbi, but the power of God, who is much more concerned with human need than with tribal boundaries. The prophet Isaiah speaks of having a care for justice, by which he means right relationship between God and the human being and between human beings. Tribalism of any kind, the world of us and them, is never right relationship. It's always wrong. That's why the prophet has God saying that he'll bring even foreigners, outsiders, to his holy mountain, and that his house will be called a house of prayer for all people. St. Paul too speaks of himself as an apostle sent to the pagans, the outsiders, to whom God now extends his mercy. The mercy not just offered to insiders, but to all humankind, he says. This is the radical inclusiveness of God, which has its roots in mercy. It excludes no one. All have been disobedient, says Paul, but all have been offered mercy in Jesus. This is the right relationship of God. It takes what is wrong and sets it aright. This too is the heart of the annual Catholic campaign. The campaign is one very concrete sign of the mercy of God at work, entering the world of wrong relationship and setting it aright, breaking down the tribal walls, the walls of us and them, and building bridges so that all people, but especially those most in need, can take their place in the house of God. That mercy flows from Jesus, but through us, who, like the Syrophoenician woman, put our faith in him and his power to heal. It's our faith which opens the door into the lives of people in need. And through that door, in mysterious and even hidden ways, comes the healing power of the risen Lord, for whom there is no wound that cannot be healed, no torment that cannot be calmed. In the annual Catholic campaign, we bring our needs to Jesus. The first is Holy Spirit Seminary, which trains our ordained leaders of the future, priests who are as important as they ever were, even if the numbers aren't what they used to be. These men need to be formed to be, in a special way, the ministers of Christ's mercy, and the campaign makes that possible. Then there's the Priests Foundation, which helps support our retired priests and also those who are struggling with their health, men who have dedicated their lives to meeting human need with the merciful love of God. As their number grows greater, so too does the need to boost the foundation, which makes care for them possible. A third need we bring to the Lord is the Mary MacKillop Catholic School Access Fund, which helps provide bursaries for students whose families are facing financial hardship and at times even homelessness. The fund ensures that these students have access to a quality Catholic education through our Brisbane Catholic education schools. There are also Centre Care's pastoral ministries, which provide support to families in distress and to victims of domestic violence, to those suffering mental illness and those in prison, to hospital chaplaincy and to the disabled. So much of this work is hidden, but these ministries are one of the most important outreaches of the church to people in real need. Finally, there is the annual grants program, which provides start-up support to creative grassroots ministries in the parishes and the wider Catholic community. Each year, grants are made to a wide range of initiatives in areas as diverse as service of the poor, youth ministry, faith education, and the teaching of prayer. The campaign's theme this year is Be the Face of Christ for Others. The woman in today's gospel saw the face of a Jewish rabbi, but she saw more. She saw the face of God.
For myself, speaking to someone who does donate to something like this, I would say to them, I admire and I cherish the values and morals that they provide to this world, and that there needs to be more people like them. And that gives me a sense of inspiration, motivation to be able to be like them. And it's just amazing how caring and compassionate they are towards people that are going through hard times, and that they can put themselves aside and still consider that through their everyday life. And that really inspires me to do the same.
You can donate in various ways through the campaign. One way you might consider is a regular monthly gift of an amount that means something to you. However you respond, you will be helping the Lord himself to respond. And that's why I make this appeal, because he wants to work through you. Your donation, whatever it may be, allows the Lord's mercy to flow through the church into the lives of needy human beings. Then people will see in the church and in each of us the face of Christ himself. And that's what the annual Catholic campaign is all about.